Upstairs to the auditorium, an exasperated teacher in a no-nonsense pantsuit shouts at people to tighten their ties and fold down their collars. "Margot and Cassidy, please unroll your skirts," she calls to a pair of girls with their arms linked. They giggle and cry, "Sorry, Miss Pell," as their fingers fly to the fabric at their waists. "You there, with the curls! Stop!" Oh no. My foot is on the final step, and Ms. Pell's laser beam gaze is pointed at me. The other people weave around me, rubbernecking like they're rolling by a car crash. "You can't go in there dressed like that." Is this a prank? Some kind of Hardwick initiation? I'm wearing the same black loafers, same white knee socks, and same gray kilt as every other girl who's walked through those doors. But then she reaches out, pinches the corner of my cardigan, and holds it up like the tail of a dead mouse. "Friday is formal assembly," she snaps. "You need your blazer." I figure this rule is printed somewhere in the student handbook I got on my first day. But there are a lot of rules at Hardwick, like 60-something pages of them, and it isn't exactly easy to keep track of them all. I know the biggies, like the aggressive 9 o'clock curfew every night except Saturday, but I'm hardly an expert in formal assembly regulations. Right now, my blazer is hanging off the chair in my dorm room, conveniently located on the opposite end of campus. I don't suppose you'll take pity on the tragic new kid?" I venture. You know, the only new student in the whole 11th grade? The one whose mom and terrible stepdad sent her away to boarding school, like a character in some depressing fairy tale. Ms. Pell's mouth forms a thin, wrinkled line. "I don't take pity on students for things they can control, such as remembering a mandatory clothing item. This is how we've done things for over a century, and I'm afraid you won't be the exception. You'll have to sit out on the steps today." "But sit, please." There doesn't seem to be any other option. So I sit on the steps, facing the last few arrivals like a fool in a dunce cap. Finally, I hear the door shut, and I'm alone. One tiny speck on a quad surrounded by the ancient stone buildings of Hardwick Preparatory Academy. I picture my loneliness multiplying, like cell division. What I could really use right now, besides a blazer, is a friend. Maybe my problem is that I just can't summon the Hardwick spirit that everyone else seems to have. You've got the eager beavers who dash to the front row of every class, the student council members who make enthusiastic announcements about upcoming social and charity events, the athletes who strut around campus in their special team jackets, the ultra-rich kids whose last names sound familiar during attendance because they're also the names of buildings around campus. They all have their own deep, meaningful connection to this place. Not like where I used to go in Manhattan, where everyone had their own shit going on outside school. At Hardwick, it's like they're one big happy family, and I'm an intruder barging into the living room with mud on my shoes. Well, wouldn't be the first time. Okay, positive thoughts, please. I won't always be an outsider. I'll find someone to hang out with eventually, right? Like, that redheaded girl in math class, maybe. Jenny something. Jenny actually seems kind of promising. I don't have anything to go on, really. It's just a hunch. But compared to the other people I've encountered in my first week at Hardwick, the girl with the pin-straight, waist-length red hair...